Hey.
Hello.
Hey, I'll say hi to you again, Deb. I've already been chatting with Deb, but saying hi again.
Hi, Danielle.
And hi from Colleen in the back here. She's here in the StreamYard with us today and in the chat for you guys. Lots of love to you guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It's already the end of January. How?
Oh my
How
gosh.
is this?
And for a lot of everybody's Tucson's coming up.
Yes,
That's
ma'am,
like
for me.
next week, right?
Yeah, I leave Saturday morning for a 2.5 hour drive down.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that you can bring your car though. I bet when your car goes back, it's gonna test the suspension a little bit.
Yes, totally.
If I could drive to Tucson, it would be really dangerous, like really bad for my credit card.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, my husband just pulled the suitcase out of the garage for me, so
Nice.
kind of have all my outfits planned, putting together all my work-related stuff to pack away to take too. So but like I had so many things. I have so many things to get done before I go,
Oh, wow.
and I've got a friend coming for a couple of days. She's also going to the show, so she's going to come stay with me a couple days and then drive down, and then I drive down the next day. So like it's been a little frantic getting stuff done to get ready to go, but I'm so excited.
Are you teaching workshops while you're there?
I'm doing a live with Sam's Beat Shop one day, so looking forward to that. I think the 2nd, so Sunday the 2nd.
Sunday the 2nd. Awesome. I think I saw your piece actually. I got to sneak into the thumbnails. Yeah. Well, I was having photography challenges, so they sent me an example, and it was yours.
Oh well. Yay! Yes, yeah. I think it's at noon our time, so that means it would be 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, so if you're hanging around on Sunday and you need a little something to watch, yeah, from Tucson.
Super cool. Yeah, it's going to be a big party because I know a lot of folks are going.
Yeah,
I see a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think you'll get to see Brittany. I just did a live with Brittany. We made really beautiful earrings together. They were so cool.
I saw.
And so that's my giveaway today is I've been cleaning and inventorying, and somehow I have an extra one of these. Look at that.
Oh, some lucky person is going to get those fun beads, and they can make those fringy earrings. Well, they'd have to go to Brittany's shop and get the little donut, but yeah.
And I double checked, and I believe she at least has the other colorway, but I think she's going to bring these back. She's kept it on the website, and I know she's going to keep doing donuts, and she has a lot of other pieces in turquoise in that same paint color that you could pull out. So now if you have the mix and the 15s for spacing, you got it. So this is what I'm giving away today at the end of our live. And then if you make these or something like on Brittany's findings, please share because I love it. A hashtag also turquoise street. Super exciting.
Very exciting.
It's my favorite pair of earrings right now. I forgot to put them on. I put on my studs today. I've been having like a kind of like I cleaned the house today, and it was one of those days where I was like, hello, Monday.
Yeah. I saw your story. If Monday was a person who's like a grumpy lady sitting there, I'm like, yes, exactly.
It was like my back to reality moment. I was like, hang on, the weekend's over. I just want to sit and bead.
Yeah. Monday's actually not a grumpy day for me because I do my art bead show Monday morning. So that's how I start my day, my week. So it's actually kind of energizing. So Mondays are kind of a good day. And then today I've just been like, working on projects and working in my studio, trying to get this place cleaned up a little bit because it was a little chaotic.
I know what you mean. That it happens quick, and it's very easy to get out of hand like super fast, and then cleaning it up is very like it's not a small job.
Yeah.
Organizing it, and everything's wonderful. So you have to like,
yeah. Yeah. As soon as it's cleaned up, you're like, ooh, I got to go in there and play. And then like everything explodes all over again.
Exactly. I'm wondering how long that'll happen to me, because I actually got the almost entire surface of a table cleared off. I know, right?
How?
Well, I needed to pack. I did these moving boxes, and that was how I got off Etsy onto my new site. Was I just anything that was low stock, I just did this massive sale. I threw them in these boxes, and so I had like 10 boxes going at a time on my desk, and I was just doing boom, 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 boom. So I needed everything clear so I could do that. And now everything's shipped. I went to the post office today, and I was just like dancing and happy and like hoping that they using mail. So I overfilled the box thing, the thing you pull down and you put the things in 4 times, doing that, and then it got stuck. I broke it.
Oh no. The post office has your picture with a big circle and a line through it. Like they're gonna come get you.
Because you did that. Like I didn't know what to do, if I should like ask for help or just run away, but I still had more to put in. And like, so I was standing there with this bag and this empty bag, and I'm looking at the people behind me, and they're like, "Oh, you can just go in and set it on the counter." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I went in there, and of course the line is out the door, right? So, and I had pre-labeled and everything, and I'm late to pick up my kids. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta." So I just went in and sat it on the counter. And as I'm walking out of there, I'm having that like scared moment. I'm like, I did leave a bag on that counter. Nobody made eye contact with me when I did this, but there's tons of other packages. Everyone's doing it.
Yes.
And the guys that have said, yeah, just right over there. But today there was no one even like,
yeah. Oh my God. It's nerve-wracking. That's how my post office is too. And like, I'm always afraid to set the boxes there. Like, is it going to get like, is somebody going to handle that? Like, or is it just going to sit there? Or is somebody else going to take it? Like,
yeah. So it was only like the last bag, and it was like maybe 8 of the boxes. So I glanced and I got the names off the first 2. Now I'm watching the tracking on that. Once those go into in transit, I will relax. But until then,
like, in the meantime, though, they've got your photo. They've got your photo up, and you're not going to be allowed back there because you broke in there.
She's like, "There's the girl that clogged the mail chute."
Nice.
That would amuse my family so much if they knew. Oh my gosh.
That's classic.
Small business tales.
It's a good problem to have, I guess, but man.
I know. It's the first time I've ever had that kind of volume, really, and that much, because they were big, right? Like the boxes were larger than I usually ship like padded envelope. These were like, and so I went home and I looked at this empty table and I'm like, oh, I can get stuff done. But I wasn't so tired.
Maybe you should have just like thrown a pillow and a blanket on it and just laid down on the clean table and taken a nap.
I know, right? Oh, and I'm seeing people in the chat, they're saying their sound is going in and out. Oh. Really? For both of us or just me? Let me know, guys. If it's just me, I can maybe pull in my microphone. I didn't plug in my official YouTuber microphone yet. Mostly because I don't have my port set up for it. But check this out. If I ever wanted to become like official, I could have this like this and be like, I'm a real YouTuber.
Wow. It's huge.
It's really like I should start singing or something. I don't know.
It's like karaoke or something.
But the sound is so good on the laptop. It's like, oh, cool. Valerie says it got better when she logged out and back in. I wonder if it's StreamYard or if it's something to do with YouTube. I was watching something today on YouTube and I noticed that it was happening to me. And the thing I was watching was like a really big channel. So I feel like, it had to have been not just their issue, but
yeah.
All right. Well, everyone's saying that it's back. So it sounds like it's okay. So today we were just going to play. We're just going to have some fun. It's Monday and Deb's bringing the best energy because you sound like a great Monday. So yeah, I'm just going to soak that up and take that creativity and play.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I have something I want to make that I want to take with me to Tucson. So It's just, I can show you these beads that I found. They're absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to make a bracelet, and yeah, I just want to make something for me that I'm going to take with me to Tucson. I have a little time here to do it.
That is so cool. I love that this can become a time for you to make something that you wanted to make. That's kind of my dream for these Mondays.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I brought something that I've got on my list of stuff I wanted to make. So we'll both be doing the same thing.
That's awesome. All right.
Cool.
Should I flip down?
Yeah, sure. I'll show my my mix that I want to work on.
Okay.
Let's see if I can make this the big screen. And so I brought up my new Tenno Matubos that I was able to do the big restock of. And what I want to do, I showed the pattern, I think it was last week. I want to start that pattern today. And then I went and I searched for the pattern. And remember how I mentioned that I cleaned? Well, I put them somewhere. Now I can't find my pattern. So now I'm debating if I should print it again, because that'll guarantee that I find it. And then I just killed a bunch of trees. Or if I should just restock it. That's kind of where I'm at. Oh, and it looks like your screen is ready. So while I'm figuring that out, I thought I would show what you've got. Oh, wow. Pretty beads.
So I got a ring for Christmas from my dad, and it is a carnelian ring with vermeil. And I found these amazing 2-hole carnelian beads, and they are just kind of a juicy carnelian. And I love working with 2-hole beads. So I thought I would make one of my 2-hole bracelet designs that I like to make. So I've got some cool African metal spacers. And then I've got some really beautiful seed beads, and I lost the packaging that went with it. So I have no idea what brand these are or what color it is, but that's okay. And then I've also got some gold 15 O's as well. So I'm just going to kind of create a bracelet and have it to wear with the ring, which I was going to bring in here to show, but I forgot. So we're just going to go with checking out this bracelet.
Oh, awesome. I think it's a beautiful palette you've got going there.
Yeah, I am like an orange fanatic. I've always loved orange. So so I'm digging the carnelian vibes these days. Just loving carnelian.
And me too. That is a beautiful, beautiful combo.
And there's, there's good carnelian and bad carnelian, you know what I mean? And this carnelian is just really lovely, just really nice facets and pretty shades of orange. So I'm excited about it. So I'm going to pick out the actual ones I know I want to use. There were a couple that had some weird, like this one has some striping on it. I'm going to skip that one. That one's got a dark spot. So I want to try and get the more, clear orangey ones. And we're just going to go with it. And then I'm going to add in some kind of mixed metal tones and create something fun for me.
Wow, I love it. Yeah, and I'm seeing just in the chat, I'm seeing you guys saying that some of you guys are having choppy, and I'm not sure how to fix it. I wish I knew. I've got the StreamYard settings set to give us, so basically I have it defaulting in for me at 1080, and I have it coming in for my guests at 720 at the moment, and I can up that, but if it's it can actually make the choppiness worse if I up it. I could try. Let me see what happens.
All right. We'll give it a shot, right?
I know, right? It's one of those things I'm just not very good at. But it's usually quite good, so I feel like it's probably not us,
Yeah, I mean, I did all my device turnoffs, and
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not me. We have really not great internet where I live, so I have to literally unplug everything that has an internet connection in my house, which we've got a lot of those things in our house. So
I'm not sure if I told you about it, where they were tearing up my yard to put in fiber. And they've been doing this work
I
in the
wish they
neighborhood. It's gonna be good when it's done, but unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with like how it's being managed, because at the moment, they started this in October. It's like,
oh my gosh.
yeah. So it's true.
That seems like a long time to do that.
But once it's done, maybe I can get really good internet. Let me see really quick. I was going to show you guys. I found the pattern, and by I found it, I mean I reprinted it because I'm a tree killer. So I'm going to mail this to somebody once I find the other one. But let me show you really quick what it looks like in case anyone wasn't here for the time I showed before. But it's going to be really like summer. So it kind of has like a music festival vibe. I don't know. I just really like how it looks. And I was going to do that with a bunch of these colors.
Oh, love
I'm going to
it.
get started.
I love that pattern.
Thank you. This is my first time testing it, so I'm going to see if I've got any issues with my pattern, making sure that it all works out. And then as soon as I know that this pattern is good, I can post it so everyone else can get started too. And I'll perfect the colors. So there's one thing I might change. I was telling you earlier, I need an orange because I did color in an orange for this. I've got that popping out there, and I was thinking I would do that with this, but this next to this background, I don't know if that's enough contrast. And I'm feeling like, especially individually, it's gonna not. So, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do there. I might see when that one pops up. It pops up quite early. I might substitute just another like another repeat or copy of pink or red or green.
The pink and red are so vibrant. Those would be really, I mean, if I was going to pick a repeat one, I'd probably pick one of those because they're so, such big pops of color.
Pretty. Yeah, those are going to be gorgeous.
Those are my favorites.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with those, and that's going to be really nice. So I'll have to remember which one I subbed, and then I will recolor the pattern for you guys so that it has the correct coloring. And I'm also going to test how far I get with 1 tube. And once I have all that data, then it'll be ready for prime time. I have a hunch I'm going to need, well, I say that, but then I did that whole Picasso one with 1 tube. I bet you this will be enough. This is like, how many grams is that? This is almost 9 grams. This is totally gonna make it.
It should, I would think.
Oh, Kara has a question about how to read the chart. So let's see. So pattern. So you mean if there's no word chart? Yeah, it's tricky. Okay, so if you don't have a word chart and you want to read a pattern like this in Peyote, the best way to do it is with a Post-it note or a magnetic ruler. And so the Post-it note way, because everybody's got a Post-it note laying around, is you would string rows 1 and 2. So you would string A, like that. Or it would actually be this way, sorry. And then every time you switch rows, you just line it up underneath the next one. So in this case, you'd be adding that one, that one, that one, and that one through your up beads. And so on like that. It's a little trickier to do that this way. I prefer a word chart now, but back in the old days, I used to prefer the graphs because I used to just use colored on like what's it called? The little, you can printable Peyote paper. And so I used to do that. And that's how I used to do my patterns. But let's see. I saw another question really quick. Oh, this is interesting. For knitting. Huh. That's interesting. I haven't never thought of it.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh.
That is cool.
I'm not a knitter, so I wouldn't have known that trick either.
Yeah, that's a neat one. And Tana says she needs a word chart. And so, Wendy, this one could not be done on a loom, at least not in this configuration, because it is definitely built for peyote. It's got the stacked brick thing happening here. But I can do you a loom version. In fact, I already have a few versions of this for loom. I didn't have a peyote one, so I made this one. But I used to love doing this kind of pattern on loom. And one of the most original ones I ever did was like that. I bet I could find it and put it on the website. So I'll do that with these colors. And I'm on a quest to get an orange or something like that. So we can at least I can offer that as an option at least. But for now, I think I'm going to just substitute with these. And let's see, let's go check on your progress. Let me bring back the screen really quick. And I know it's a little blurry, guys, but that's okay because you can still see the structure, what she's got going there. And then I'll switch back when I start stitching. I'm pouring beads out on the mat.
I don't know why I'm so blurry. That is also interesting.
I think it's just the internet. It's just got to be the web these days. Something going on. I don't know. It's Monday. That's what it is. It's Monday.
Yeah, it's that Monday. It's that Monday lady.
It's the Monday lady. That's like the lady just is like, "Hello, welcome back to reality."
I think I need at least one more bead here.
I could write so many captions for that photo too. If you guys I didn't see earlier, I was posting or reposting. I shared, somebody else had shared a meme of, it's from a movie. That photo is from a movie. It's a lady.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I think she's like a principal or a headmaster or something, but like not the nice version of one. And so, yeah, I got that from Instagram, but I'm sure I feel 100% sure that it's from a movie of some kind.
Interesting. I didn't recognize her, so it must be a movie I have not seen.
It might not have been very nice. I don't know. Well, the fact that I can't remember, which it wasn't super epic, but I was trying to think of movies that I just think were the bestest movies ever. And I can guarantee none of them are any ones that my kids have ever heard of.
And they probably wouldn't want to watch it because it was something you liked when you were, when you were younger. So they want to rebel against it, maybe.
Yeah, or they just will make fun of how bad the tech is on it. Just
yes. The special effects are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not so good, perhaps.
I'm going to test a new thread.
Oh.
New to me thread. Let's show you guys really quick. I don't know if anyone else has used this. Jump in if you have. It's new to me. But Carol and I want to try it out. I like the format because this will be very easy for me to ship. This is supposed to be in the family of Fireline. Now, right off the bat, I'm noticing that it's braided. So that means my mushroom trick isn't going to work.
Who makes it?
Beadsmith. This is a Beadsmith.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it's like, well, I don't want to strike terror into anyone's heart, but I have just learned some not so great news that I basically love this stuff right here, as shown by my massive obsession with it. This is the black satin version of Fireline. Now, I love the crystal Fireline, and that one is not going away. It's forever. It's in my shop. But the black satin, you can't get it anymore. It's not being made anymore.
Oh, no.
I might die. Yeah. I love that stuff. And so I was told to try this. And I'm trying to keep a positive outlook.
Okay.
So we're going to see. What do you think? Should I try the crystal or the black? But this will be the main color showing on the side. It'll be this color right here.
I think black.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, let's go with that. And that's a direct comparison to the black satin. So we will see.
Well,
Yeah, it feels like Sillamade.
It's
Bonnie.
such a bummer when something you really, really love is going away. Like, it's just such a bummer.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? They still make the other the color called Smoke. That color will still be available, and you can get that from Beadalon now, as well as. So I don't know. I feel like I like this for looming. I'm not sure I'm going to love it for my hand stitching. Let's find out.
Well, you're gonna give it the best test you can, and you're gonna give it. You're gonna go in with an open mind. I know you will.
Let's do my favorite thread the needle test here. See if I can collapse it. Well, hang on. It's getting promising here. Look, I can flatten. I wasn't expecting it to do that because do you see the twist going on there? Yeah. I feel like there's something happening. Oh, Linda, do you use the Smoke? Do you find that like the color comes off a little bit, or do you think that's okay? Or does it not do that anymore? It's been a long time since I've tried Smoke. As evidenced by my massive lifetime box. But when that runs out, I'm in trouble.
Well, what I would do in that situation, if it was something that I really loved, I would go scour the earth and buy as much as I could find from all the sources I could find. Like, I have been known to do that with certain things. And then you have an abundance of it, and you still may run out, but you're buying yourself a lot of time.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, black Eslon. Oh. And this is Eslon? So this one, and then, Linda, so are you using the one that is not the black satin? So you're using the one that is just like, it has like more orange in the label? I will, I need to try that one again. Maybe I'm being like, I'm letting my, I think it's been so long since I've tried it that I should try again. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
You're going to give it another shot.
I'm going to have to. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Because right now I only have crystal in my shop and I'm needing to add a darker color. 5, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just starting this stitch out. Oh, Bonnie says she uses a dryer sheet. So my request for the thread universe is something where the color doesn't come off on it.
That would be good. I mean, I don't think that's a lot to ask personally, but
yeah,
it shouldn't be a lot to ask.
But if this works for me, I might go with it because it's a really nice format. I love that. I love how compact it is. And it's a packed spool. It's got a lot on there. It's like, how much is on there? Well, this is 15 yards because I was just testing, but they have ones that size that are, would get you through at least 3, 4, or 5 projects. So ideal for kits is what I mean. And I want to try beaded ropes, stuff like that. Because the thing I can't use my 1G for, I love the 1G thread. Absolutely love it.
I do too. I like it a lot. And I didn't really start using that until, I don't know, last year sometime. And I was kind of afraid of it. I don't know why. And I really like it. It's so nice and smooth, and it's just, it's
colors.
good. Oh, the colors. Yes.
I love them so much. Yeah, I get those from the Art Beads folks, and it is literally my favorite thread. It's in my shop currently. And I love the way that they do the spool, because the spool is so nice and you can just tuck that into a kit. It's what Jules is using in her kits that we do together. And so I was thinking, I just need something that's a little thicker because that stuff is size B. And so it's super ideal, but I need a beaded rope kind of, you know what I mean? Like something a little thicker, size D-ish kind of. The fishing line one. Really? Oh, interesting. Linda says she uses the fishing line. So here in the States, we've got a place called Cabela's. You guys heard of Cabela's? That's a Washington thing. I don't know. Are they in Arizona?
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
I have not tried this myself because we don't have one super close. We usually drive past it on our way to my in-laws, and they live in Oregon. So like this is the drive from the Seattle area down to Oregon. And we pass the Cabela's. And every time I'm like, hey, can we go in there? And like my husband just, like, he makes this face at me that I wish I could photograph.
But I know that face.
You know the face? It's like this
I know that face.
Well, he's like kind of half worried. And I'm like, but hey, that's a cool store. You know, we should go in there. And he knows I'm finding a way to get beading supplies at a fishing store. But
they're always on to us.
But they have like also really cool tackle boxes that I think would be ideal for looking for beads as well. Oh, this is they have one in Louisiana. Oh, that's cool. So it's a thing that's everywhere. Oh, this is one I need to try here. So a long time ago, I tried dragon thread. That's the Potomac. And it was quite thin. It feels like Wildfire Ultra to me. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying like its applications are quite limited. But if you're using size 15s, that's the way to go. Maybe I need to give that one another chance. It's been at least a couple years since I tried it. Oh, it looks like you've got something to show. I'm so sorry. I'm hogging the screen here.
No, you're fine.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
so just a double strand with those little African spacers, and then I used the 2 different seed beads. It's just really kind of simple and elegant. So I'm just testing to see if I think I've got the right size here. So I've got 2 strands of wire, so I've got 4 bead stoppers going, but I really like the combination of everything here together. This carnelian is so pretty. Love it.
Oh, that's so gorgeous. And hey, your focus is looking great.
Is it?
You got a really nice, yeah. See, it wasn't us. It's just the internet gods.
Well, I'm glad to know that. Then I don't have to worry that something's going on here. So now I just got to, I'm trying to decide. I didn't have a gold closure, but I think this color is going to work out okay. This one's kind of like a little tarnished, but I think it's going to work out okay. So I think I'm going to use this guy. I really like these slide clasps for a 2-hole bracelet. I think they hold your bracelet on nicely. So I think that's what I'm going to do, which means I've got to pull out some crimps and some French wire. I actually cleaned out my drawer that has all of my like crimps and everything in it. I mean, it was just a disaster area. So now I have this little organization going on. I've got a little drawer organizer going and everything. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, that is so cool.
I like adulted my way right into cleaning up that drawer. It was just totally out of control. So feels good to get something accomplished.
And I'm seeing in the chat that Cabela's is called Bass Pro Shops in Canada, but I feel like I've seen Bass Pro Shops here too. Where have I seen that? Can't remember if it's here or if it's on the way to Oregon or if it's in my parents' neighborhood in Cali. I don't remember. But you guys, I need to go in one of these stores. I definitely need to. And Kara, I think, so the fishing line, is it called Fireline still when you guys get it from the fishing store? And I feel like it would be, I don't know, because I tried to look on their website once and they only had like 20 pound, but like the biggest I use is 8 pound. So I don't know like what kind of fish they're trying to catch with that. I'm just trying to catch bacon.
Shit for whales or something.
Oh, I've seen Rosalinda says it's in Cali. Yeah, that must be where I've seen it. Oh, hang on. Colleen says they have both in Tennessee. That's cool.
We have a new
Hey,
store.
Colleen, are you close? If you're close to one of those, if you're ever like out and about and you feel like going in, if you do some scoping, let me know what you see. I'm very curious if they've got those. Because for me, it would be about an hour drive to get to the one that I think is closest to me. Although I have to take a look. I should look on the website and see if there's one I don't know about that's closer. It cannot be the nearest one. People in Washington love to fish. It's a massive store though, and I wonder if they just can't get the real estate up here in like the overly developed area where I live.
There's a new store here called Scheels. It's like SCHEEL''S. And that place is very similar, but they have a lot of like home decor and other things that I was not expecting. So we've only been there once, but it's a fairly new thing. It's a gigundous store. I mean, just gigundous.
That's so cool. I want to go now. I love doing stuff like that.
It's like an experience. Like those, I feel like all those stores are like meant to be more of an experience thing. Like they want you to spend, like they have food, you can, sit down and eat food, and like they want you to hang out and spend money, stay there as long as you can and spend money.
Oh, I have no problem doing that.
I know, me too.
I'll fit right in.
It's a sickness.
Ask anybody. Oh my gosh. Well, this pattern is working, and I actually am not feeling like the thread is, I feel like the thread is good. Let me show you guys really quick. It's actually quite good. I am very pleasantly surprised. So here's the thing. Yes, it's got the whole twist thing happening. You can see that, but it's very, very heavily waxed, but not in a way that's coming off, not in a way that's, see, you can flatten it. And what's happening, and what I love about Fireline, is that when I pull a stitch, it stays put, it sticks right there. And this is doing that. And my pattern's working, so there's no errors in my pattern that I've discovered yet, but I haven't gotten very far. So I might be able to post this later today, actually. If I get to where the pattern starts and things are looking good, then usually if I've made an error, it's a bead start error, and I've done something like starting it at the wrong corner or something. But so far, everything's looking really good. Oh, this is cool. So hang on. Boxes. There are boxes where they put nuts and bolts. Ooh, Harbor Freight. Yeah. Yeah, there used to be this, I don't remember like what it's called exactly, but there's a brand at Home Depot that has a wolf on it. Sometimes it has like yellow, and sometimes it's clear boxes. A bunch of those. Got them a long time ago, but I really like those. Oh, okay. So the fishing comes in 8, 10, and 15 pounds and up. But I could go for the 8-pound there, because this one right here was like investment level when I bought this one, and it's lasted me a long time, obviously, but it was I saved to get it. It's wild, but it's nice. It's my favorite thread, so I figured might as well go big, right? But this is actually, so what I'm using right now, this stuff is not bad. So it must be this that's making it so good, this fused part. So let's see how I feel when I get to the end. There was another one I tried at the advice of, oh, now I'm forgetting who told me. It's called Hercules. You guys heard of Hercules thread? It comes in cool little colors, like rainbowy colors. I got them on Amazon, but it's available, I'm told, in like the fishing stores. Oh, hey, different subject, but Nancy's making your zigzag earrings, Deb. How cool is that? Oh, and Linda says she can get 4, 6, and 8 pound. Oh, that's neat. Let me just see. I'm worried I lost Deb's sound. Let me find her really quick. Did I lose your sound, Deb? Are you still there?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we gotcha. Okay. We gotcha. I'm checking back in on your mat. And so far, so good over here. Everything's just rolling.
I'm in love with this. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Like, you know, sometimes you're not exactly sure how it's going to come out. And I'm very happy with this.
That looks really pretty. I like the clasp.
Double strand is a little bit challenging with 2 whole beads because you got to get like the slack right on both sides and get everything going in the right direction. So I actually think.
Oh, I want to see how you do this. I'm going to watch really quick. I'm putting mine down for a sec because I don't know how to do this, what you're doing here.
So I'm just, so I had all four ends with bead stoppers on them. And so I kind of pushed one down over here so I can get at this side. And then these slide clasps, you have to make sure you put them on correctly because they have to be, one end has to have the little flat part up top, and then one has to have it on the bottom because they're going to slide into each other. So trying to get the right tension here. And then I also want to make sure I'm crimping sideways here. So this is a little bit of an exercise in using every one of your fingers. You could use your toes if you could actually do that.
I'm gonna get one of those third hands. I wonder if that would work.
I don't know, but that would be helpful. So, and then I'm just gonna put the last piece of, and I'm using French wire, which is kind of one of the things I do. It's not necessary, but I like that it kind of beefs up the, actually beefs up the closure a little bit, kind of makes the wire look a little bit thicker, a little heavier duty. So that's what I like to do. But it's certainly not necessary. And you could use a, some people really like wire guardians. I'm not much of a wire guardian fan, but you can certainly do that. That's another option with any kind of clasp that you're working with. And then you got to go through all these tiny little disc beads.
Those little, yeah, the seed beads there.
The little brass beads. So let's see, pull on that guy, get that tight. And I actually think this side, I didn't get tight enough, which is a huge bummer, but we'll see how bad it is when I put it on.
It looks good to me. Looks like you got them pretty aligned there.
So it's just kind of a lot of finessing of, you know, kind of getting everything situated just right. And I think we've got a finished piece. And this might be a little touch too big, but let's see if it is. And slide clasps, I think, are a little bit challenging to get on. But that one's not too bad. Oh, I love how this came out.
Oh, that's going to be so cool for Tucson. Look at that. It's really good.
It's really good. And I would just layer like a couple of gold bracelets with this. And then I'll have my ring that my sweet dad got me for Christmas. And I'll have a whole ensemble. Maybe I'll have to figure out. And you know what? I could even do an earring with a couple of these too.
Yeah, you've got a bunch left.
Yeah. So I'm thinking earring too.
And so there's a question here. Did you use the French wire through the whole bracelet, but just the crimp area, right?
Just the ends. So I will, what I do is I'll get to the end of my piece, I'll put the crimp on, then I'll put, usually, this is probably about 1/2 inch on each of my ends. And so I'll put that on, and then I'll go through put the beading wire through the loop on the clasp. And then you just let the French wire be part of the wire at that point, and then you push your beading wire back down through your crimp, and crimp, being careful not to crimp your French wire. And the French wire can actually slide into a crimp. So there's a little bit of finessing going on when you're trying to get this, all done at the end, because you don't want to have the French wire go into your crimp and then it's going to mess up your crimp. But I like the look of that kind of little extra something on my ends. It just, I don't know, it makes it look a little bit more substantive. And just adds a little extra, because the wire looks beautiful. I mean, I used gold wire, so it matched perfectly what I had going, but it just gives it a little something extra at those
I love
ends.
that. So where do you get your French wire from again? Did you say? If I missed it, I apologize.
No, I didn't say. So here's my old junky bag, but this is Beadalon. Beadalon makes one, and then there's also, let me grab one out of my drawer. There's also,
I recognize that one. I used to carry that. Maybe I need to bring that back, because that's.
And then there's
wow.
This one. I think this might be Bead Smith. Let me look at this is this is Bead Smith. So Bead Smith makes it, Beadalon makes it. If I had to pick, I like the Beadalon one better.
I have this vague memory that it comes in a little box.
It does. And what I do is I rip off the little plastic box part of it. Like, it's a little plastic piece that goes onto the packaging. And it takes up too much space. So I always rip off the plastic and then throw that part out. But yeah, it comes in silver and gold. I think Beadalon actually has some other metal tones, but I haven't for a while.
Color, like an AGP-ish kind of brass, for sure they do. Oh, and I think they have rose gold as well, right?
I think so. I think so too. And I did years ago. This is okay. I'll show you, because it's like ridiculous, but I have a stash from like some sellers overseas. So I have my whole box.
Wow, look at that.
So I've got all this like variation, like this is a real bronzy color. And then I've got a really light copper, and I've got one that's a little chunkier. This one's a little bit chunkier. So sorry for the plastic sound, but this is like,
so cool.
This is my jam. So I found this little trick from a designer she did a YouTube video about it a really long time ago. I don't know how I stumbled on the video, but I thought, I want to try that, because I don't like wire guardians. And so this has been my thing. Like, this is what I do. And I know not everybody likes it, and you don't have to. It is an option for you.
Well, what I'm feeling is that it would help me with something I struggle with beading wire, is I struggle to get lengths to be the same. Like, for example, if I make an earring and I've got the beading wire, even if I cut that beading wire to the exact length, if I make a loop with that beading wire, getting it to be exactly the same as the other one and getting those lengths exactly right. If you pre-cut that first wire, you lay it right next to your ruler, you got exactly measure, everything's going to match. That's how you did those ends so perfectly.
Yeah, it's a little hard to get used to, because look, it is teeny tiny, and it is just the tiniest of coils. So sometimes when you cut it, it doesn't cut well. You can't get your wire through, so you have to snip off the very tiniest of the ends. But I mean, I use it almost exclusively with bracelet and necklaces, and I love working with it. I absolutely love it. So it's an option, and I always say, like, you gotta work with what works for you, and you may have a project where it doesn't work. Like I've had projects where it doesn't work, and so you do you pick out what works for you, try some different things. And maybe you like it, maybe you don't.
I love it. I think it's awesome, and it's just kind of inspired me to go find the stuff that I've got. I know I have at least got a few of the Beadalon sizes. I
Yeah.
used to carry three different sizes of their French wire. And I can't remember. Oh, I was using them for pearl knotting.
Yes.
It was way back in the
That's
day.
that's what it's intended for. I mean, that's the what the product was really intended for. And I just happened to see somebody use it this way with beading wire. And because I've always been, a stringer, I was looking for just a little something extra. But it's great for pearl knotting. Like if you do a lot of that, there's your end, one way to help you finish off your end with your silk.
No, I think
Do you
it's so beautiful.
do you do any pearl knotting, Danielle, or have you at
I
any
used to
point?
be really into it. Yeah, I think you're inspiring me to bring that back. I'm wondering if we need to would you want to do another class with me where it's like just all about French wire and we just like try a bunch of different stuff? And I think that would be really fun.
Yes, please. I'm totally in. I'm totally down for that. That
It
sounds
looks like
really fun.
you could probably answer some of the questions I have. And what really kind of threw me off was years ago I bought 3 different sizes from Beadalon, and I have this memory of it coming in a snap case. I don't know if it came in that, or if I put it in that, or if I got that as a sample put in a snap case. But I ended up liking it for the pearl knotting so much that I stocked it for a while. But I see Fran's question here, what size? That's where I was really, really confused. I didn't know what size went with what. So I would literally just sit there and test it. And I was using those, like silk needle on the card kind of thingy. And I would try to feed that through. And sometimes it would stretch it out like it was like a slinky, you know.
Well, that can happen by accident too. This is the size that I use. So I
Oh,
don't.
okay. 0.0. Yeah, that's exactly. I used to have 0.8, 0.9, and 0.7, I think, is what I
And
had.
I use 49 strand and 19 strand beading wire, works on both. Um, and I will say, if you are going to get the Beadsmith version, I find that is a little easier to kink up. I like it, but it kinks up a lot more than the Beadalon stuff does. So as an inexperienced French wire user, I would always suggest Beadalon. And if you like it, stick with it. But if you want to try something else, there is the Beadsmith brand, and I don't know if anybody else makes it really, but um, I'm sure. I mean, these other that stuff in the box that I showed you is all from like Pakistan or somewhere, no name companies, overseas selling online. And I don't know how I even found them. I probably did a Google search and found it.
Probably got a great deal though. It's cool. And you had so many
Yeah.
colors. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go on. I know for sure that I can get the Beadalon ones in because they were really like the size was right, for offering in a store. They were just like a little packaged as maybe
Yeah.
3 project lengths or but there was one thing I did with them once a long time ago. Now we're going way back, but made a necklace where I used them. I cut little 0.25-inch increments, sections, and I strung them like a bead in
Yeah.
between pearls
Yes.
all the way up the chain, so you couldn't even see the thread. And then the top, I used it to go back through and make a loop. And so it was just this continuous long, just up into the clasp necklace with the actual wire was part of the feature. You could like see the coil. Yeah, it was so fun. Oh, bead embroidery. That's a cool idea.
That is a cool idea.
You could make it like shape it around things like a cab or like even like flower shapes and Oh, interesting.
I definitely would not use the Beadsmith version for that. But the Beadalon, I mean, the Beadalon it stays together nicely. I've used it for spacers. So when I'm such a maniac about it, like if I end up like cutting a piece and it, like there's a little tiny little piece left, I save it. And so I have like this little plastic box with a bunch of scraps, and I have used it for spacers or just a little accent when you just need a little bit of metal, just a tiny little bit of metal for something. It kind of works for things like that. So it's a
so
fun little tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I was just seeing a question. So, just to recap, when you made your bracelet, you had the beading wire, and you put the crimp on.
Yeah.
And then after putting on the crimp, you fed the beading wire through the French wire.
Yep.
And back through the crimp, and through a few beads. And when you pull tight, you get a nice short loop with that French wire.
Yeah, let me actually, if it's okay, Danielle, I can just demonstrate I can just do a quick little end of a piece, and you can kind of see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna do enough beads here that I can actually feel like I'm working with something. So I'm gonna do that. And then let me put a bead stopper on. Come on now, bud. Go on there. Okay.
We made 2 discoveries, or 1 discovery, 1 rediscovery tonight.
Okay, crimps. So I'm using a number 2 crimp. I've got 19 strand beading wire. It's Beadalon. It's their gold color. And I've got a number 2 crimp. And then let me grab, so this French wire, I mean, in this little junky bag. I mean, this has been in this bag, so it's not bent or anything. It's just really nice. And let's just come in. You want to use nice cutters and cut off. And the amount that you'll use will vary because it will depend on the look you're going for or the what you're crimping around. But I actually use this to, if I have a lobster claw on one end of my bracelet, I might use this as my loop at the other end.
Oh, yeah.
So there it is on the wire. And what I do, I'm just gonna go back. Let's pretend you've got something on here. You're just going to go back down the crimp. You're just going to skip over that wire, that French wire. And you're going to pull that down, and it's going to make a pretty little loop. And then I'm going to come in with my crimping pliers, and I'm not going to crimp it. And you've got a little loop. So do I have a lobster here? Do I have a lot? Gosh, Deb, I cleaned my studio so well that I don't even have like a random lobster.
I think we have great minds. Like I just did the same thing, and I was just talking about this with somebody. I think it was with Stacy on Saturday. It was either Stacy or it was with Becky and Neela yesterday. But we were both talking about. One of us was talking about if you clean, you will regret it.
All right, I stood up behind me, grabbed my lobster. So let me show you. This is what I do with some bracelets. I wouldn't necessarily do this for a necklace, but here's a lobster. Okay. And you can literally use that as your part of your closure. So it looks finished. Looks like you're attaching on to something that's not just beading wire. So I like the look myself. Not everybody does. And I find that it's plenty sturdy. I have made a ton of bracelets with this technique, and I've never had any of them fail on me. Never had any, get, janky or anything. So
Nice.
that's what I do. That's how it looks. So we could go, like, we could have some fun and see what else we can do with that stuff. I think that's a great idea.
We should definitely, let's plan one. I'll get it in stock, and then I will send you a bunch, and we can, well, you have some, you have plenty, but
I have plenty. But we can give some away.
That's right. Yeah. I'll definitely do that. So I made a little progress on mine, not a ton, but it's doing pretty well.
Ooh.
It's got I'm definitely feeling like the pattern is sound. So I'll go ahead and upload it as is, with the caveat that I may adjust the legend on you guys based on what colors I end up actually using. But right now the legend is generic anyway, so you can always just plug in your own colors. So I'll go ahead and upload this. I'll just pop it in a new tutorial. We can call it our Peyote stitch along. And so far so good. I'm at row 18. And so there's row 18 so far. And I'm about to make my decision on if I go dig for an orange or if I replace it. Because I kind of have my heart set on the orange. I don't know. We'll have to figure what I'm feeling there.
I really like an orange, but I'm, like I said, a little partial to orange right now.
Me too. And let's see if, hey, Colleen, do you want to do the giveaway? I got a thumbs up from Colleen. Yeah. Well, let's find out. This is what I'm giving away again, in case anyone hasn't seen yet. It's the Matubo 8-0 mix. It comes with a tube of 15s. I found it when I was doing my studio clean, and I did not know I had an extra one. I might have been just saving it or something. Not sure how it didn't end up in the shop, but now it's going to be the prize. And it was used to make these earrings. So the colors in there are all of those 8-0 colors. And then the little 15-0 seed beads, it's a mix of 15s. So you can just like pull out the colors you like.
So delicious.
I love it. Yeah, it was really fun to make. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing with Brittany in the future is we decided to do kind of like another palette mix with a custom donut she's making, a mustard color. Because we got a bunch of requests for mustard. And I feel like that is like going to be so cool with Mocha Mousse. So it can be tied in with like color of the year. And then of course we're going to add turquoise. And it's going to be very extra special. I feel like it's a violet too. Maybe like a little spring violet added to it, or a tanzanite.
Yes.
Marlene, you won this cool mix. The last one I've got. And so, yeah, just let me know where you'd like me to send it. You can get me through my website, the best ways, or Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or email at Danielle@daniellewicksjewelry.com. All those places are great ways to find me. And I will send this out to you. Yeah, congrats. And thank you, Colleen. And so, yeah, I was thinking update on the February mix. So I have it. The box came a day early. I was supposed to get it tomorrow. I got it today. So now I just got to mix. Carol's already done 4 designs. I have done 0 designs.
4? Oh my gosh.
She's had the palette for only a week, but still I sent her just individual tubes because we always do one little test before I go and buy the big bags. Because one time we got the big bags and 2 of the colors, you see them online and you're like, oh, this is perfect. And then you get it in person and there's not enough contrast or something. And then at that point, you're like, well, what do I do with this big bag of like beads that we want?
Gigundous bag of beads.
Yeah. So it adds a little bit of time to our process, but it's worth it because you get a really great result in the end. And we're thrilled with it. She's done such gorgeous things. Oh my goodness. And now I'm just like, oh God, I gotta do patterns because y'all are gonna want patterns when you see what she did. It's so nice. So yeah.
She's good. She's really good.
She's fun. She's really cool to have like as like a partner because she works so hard and everything she creates is like from her heart. Like everything she puts together is something she loves, she wants to wear, that she would, make us gifts for friends and family. And so I feel like that's why it's always such a inspiring piece that she comes up with, because it's something that, she's enjoyed making. You can just tell she enjoyed making it.
It's from her heart. From
Yeah.
her heart. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I have to just touch base with her and see. It's either going to be launched next Saturday or the Saturday after that, just depending on availability for her timing, and if I want to give myself a little time to prepare something too.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'll be posting this week about it.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you've got Tucson next week, but do you have your live the Monday of that week? Yes. Or are you gonna?
Okay. Yeah, it's pre-recorded. You guys are the only ones that know that, but I'm sure people will figure it out. But I pre-recorded it today because I have a bit of a schedule while I'm there, so I'm trying to stay on task and not have any other kind of disruptions or distractions. So I did pre-record my show today, so it's all ready to go. And then the following week I'll be back live again.
Awesome. I think that's cool. And plus everyone gets you on February 2nd. So they get to see you live for that show.
Yeah. With Sam's Bead Shop. I'll be live with them. That's just going to be so much fun because I do love that project quite a bit. So it'll be fun to make that one.
I wonder if oh my goodness. I have mine behind me. Should I show it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they haven't shown it yet. Okay, so I did a turquoise necklace, multi-strand.
Oh, I love that.
They're going to be doing the turquoise nuggets. This is a custom seed bead mix.
Ooh.
Backside. So I'm going to show making the component, the little ring component, and then I'm going to show making a clasp with wire.
Nice.
And then there's also this is the mix.
Oh, I love that.
It's 100% Picasso.
I love that. Makes my heart sing right there.
So get your clicking ready, guys. When they put this one up, it's going to be insanely popular. And then what do I have here? I have my earrings. So these are a wire with some jewels.
Oh
do you like them?
I love them. Oh my gosh. Your brain.
Well, your wire work is like so stunning. So if you like them, then I feel like these might be good. So
those are fantastic. Like really, really cool. People are going to have a ball with that idea. That's a great one.
And I tried to use the seed bead mix, but this actually happened accidentally. So I was actually trying to do chain, but I couldn't figure out how to make it flexible enough for chain. Yeah. And then I discovered that I just wanted a string because I love the mix and I wanted to focus more on the seed beads. And I wasn't able to get the seed beads on the wire. And so that's kind of how that happened, just as a almost accidental thing.
Happy accident.
Really, I just love that. I thought that was and those brios are amazing. The most amazing briolets ever. So
oh gosh, love. So those are all very Southwest-esque.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm digging it.
I'm digging it too. See, I'm not going to be in Tucson this year, but I'm wearing Tucson this year.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look. I need to put it on today so that I'm in style for the moment.
If you can't be there, you can wear jewelry like you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. I love it with that color.
With it on. I wish I had somewhere like fantastic to go while I wear this, but it's gonna go to my kitchen.
Well, the kitchen is it's just a practice.
Awesome once I get in there.
You'll find a cooler place to wear it, but your kitchen is still pretty cool. It's still a cool place to go.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'm so grateful to you this week. I know it's a busy week for you, so you made time for me. I appreciate that, and all of us. That's super
always
nice.
For you, Danielle. Always for you. And this is fun. Thank you for having me. And I got my bracelet made. I've got the start of matching earrings. So nice. I'll have to post a picture. I'll tag you, and you can see the finished set. And I'll be wearing them in Tucson.
I love that you made a whole set, and you've got our next live already figured out. So I think this is so fun and perfect.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure out when that's going to be, and we'll tell everybody everything we know about French wire.
Yeah, that's going to be epic. I cannot wait.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, watch out for a post from us on that one coming up soon.
Yeah, coming soon.
Well, have a great night. I'll let you guys go. I'll see you for the next one.
Bye, everybody.